Just over 20 miles south of the centre of London lies historic Epsom Downs Racecourse in Surrey. Official records show they've been racing horses on this hallowed turf since 1661, whilst its unique contours have been home to the Derby since 1780. Often referred to as the blue ribbon of the turf, it is more than just a contest that defines a season, rather an event that shapes the landscape of future generations of racehorses. Federico Tessio, one of the greatest all-round horsemen in the history of the sport, had this to say of the great race. The thoroughbred exists because its selection has depended not on experts, technicians or zoologists, but on a piece of wood, the winning post of the Epsom Derby. Andrew Cooper has been the clerk of the course at Epsom Downs since 1996, and in that time has witnessed some of the greatest champions of the ages, such as Galileo, See the Stars and Golden Horn.
Epsom Downs Racecourse is a totally unique course and poses a unique test for the thoroughbred. It's horseshoe shaped, it isn't a complete circuit. The longest distance we run here is 1.5 miles, the distance of the Derby in the Oaks. It starts at a point about 300 feet above sea level. At its highest point, it's about 500 feet or 150 meters above sea level. The first 5 furlongs or 1,000 meters of the Derby are all uphill, and it climbs about 50 meters in that first 5 furlongs to a point at about the 7 furlong pole where the track levels for a couple of furlongs before we start the famous descent into Tattenham Corner, probably the most famous bend in world horse racing. That's quite steep, downhill, around to the left. In actual distance, the drop is about 30 meters. Then horses enter the home straight here, where they still have just over 3.5 furlongs to run. And the final test that this racecourse has is a unique camber. The course falls away from the top side to the bottom by about 3 or 4 meters. So it's very undulating, it's uphill, it's downhill, and it's got a final trick up its sleeve before an uphill finish in the last 100 meters. This means that to be successful in the Derby, a horse has to have speed, stamina, incredible balance to cope with all the undulations, and great courage. Whilst also being a test for the racehorse, this is also a test for the jockeys who have to come and ride here. And the most famous jockey to have ridden Derby winners at Epsom would be Lester Piggott, who rode 9 Derby winners. Of the jockeys currently riding, Ryan Moore and Frankie Dettori have both ridden 2 Derby winners. The most successful trainer is Aidan O'Brien. He's had 8 Derby winners.
And Serpentine is not stopping. He's made it all. He's out clear all the way. It's 6 or 7 lengths still. And Serpentine for a remarkable win in the Investec Derby.